Hello everybody, welcome to our live studio show here, the MXGP of Czech Republic. We are back in the picturesque town of Loket. And on our studio show today we have Dirk Grubel, we've got Kai de Wolf coming in, and also Brent van Donnick. But before we go anywhere, Lisa Leyland, great to see you again. First week back in the hot seat last week, how was it?
Yeah, it was. It's like you're away for months and months and you come back and it's like no time has passed at all. But I'm fully warmed up now. You know, a bit ring rusty, you know, here and there, but now it's like I'm raring to go.
Ready to go. Well, look, let's get straight into it because we've got a lot to talk to with this guy here, Dirk Grubel, team manager, Red Bull K10 Factory Racing. Before we talk about the obvious things, let's go and go back to Orléans, the first round. Tom Vial. Great start to the season, wasn't it? The defending MX2 world champion, 2 solid rides, almost looked like he was in cruise control. It was a good day, wasn't it, back then?
Yeah, he started really in style, like he ended last year on a really high level, and yeah, no mistakes, no experiments, and he did his own thing, and 2-time 25 points and solid, and everybody went home and had a good feeling, and yeah, it was a good start, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and obviously then we got the news of the injury just before Matterley Base and a training incident with Rowan van der Moosdijk, just normal training day during the week. Had a knock to the hand. How did the injury kind of go unnoticed, or did you know that it was more serious than what you let on at the time?
No, the thing was, the first X-rays, they showed only like a really like tiny fractures.
Yeah.
It didn't look like the bone is really broken through, so that's why we base it on the pain level, and I let it up to him if he want to try to start in Matterley, and he tried, but it was too painful, especially with these jumps there, and nah, it didn't go. We called it a day there and said rest another week, heal up a bit more, and of course the championship hopes have been all there, and you don't want to give that up, of course. Majora, higher hopes. He felt way better during the week, but then again with all the downhills and so on, it took its toll and didn't go.
Yeah.
Had to call it a day after race 1 or during race 1, and it just was too much. And since then he's on the sideline, and yeah, luckily now it looks like pretty healed up, and we give it another try today.
Well, yeah, we have heard that he is back this weekend, but what are your expectations for him, considering he has the lack of riding that he's had in the 4 or 5 weeks?
That's right, Lisa. I mean, he stepped on the bike yesterday, first time, and he went pretty good, but you can't judge really on that, because we need to go riding a little bit more today to break it in, to get the hand a bit more loose, and to just get a bit more time on the hand and the feeling back. But he was not training like all his other competitors. This is a big thing, and yeah, we try to make the best out of it, and let's see.
Well, just as Tom returns, unfortunately, you suffered another huge blow with Jeffrey last weekend in Holland when he was landed on by another rider. What's the latest on Jeff?
Yeah, the shoulder blade is cracked. And last week with the first scans, it looked like a tiny crack or in the middle of the blade. So we said, yeah, it's not too bad, and it can heal up, maybe coming back for Lommel. But on Monday, the scans, it all got a bit jeopardized because now the crack is bigger. It's close together, so he doesn't need to have any surgery or something like this. So we let it rest for the moment and then take further scans after a couple of days and see how it goes. But Lommel for me is a no-go. This is clear. It's too early. Yeah.
And obviously you said Lommel then is a no-go, but what kind of treatment is he going to have then if it doesn't require surgery? Is it going to be the hyperbaric chamber, the oxygen, the laser, this kind of thing?
Yeah, they use all that bone stimulation stuff, what is out there, and you change a bit nutrition and so on, you know, to get the calcium going. But not much you can do with a broken bone. The most effective thing is time.
Well, look, obviously he did crash in the first race, but he came back to win it. Let's look at the highs and lows of what happened last week, starting with the start, because that's kind of where all the problems stem from, isn't it? It's no secret that there was a problem with the start device. Before we came on air, you were just saying that it's not as simple as the start device popping. Just explain, if you can, what the situation is and why it was different for Jeffrey with the start device problem.
Yeah, I mean, since we started at Metal Nash, like it's really, really low down on everybody, all the riders, just to prevent from wheeling. And if you have an uphill start like now here, it doesn't pop out. And then down the hill, there was no braking bumps. It still didn't pop out. And then wheeling up the hill, you're just tapping with the front wheel these little waves. is not enough since it's sand. And then the next major jump, it popped out, so it take a bit away the force for the jump, let's say. So it jumps a little bit shorter, but you can see not that much because Romain jumps the same level. And Ivo, I don't know, he just launched it complete, and then there was nowhere to go.
But after that, obviously, we saw immediately the shoulder. He was moving the shoulder past pit lane. But what happened after that was nothing short of a miracle. Very similar to Latvia a couple of years ago. Closed in on the guys around him. The first one to go was Tim Geiser, then Roman, and then Glenn. I mean, it was a fantastic performance, wasn't it? Like, almost, when you know what you know now, it was almost difficult to believe.
It's hard to believe. I mean, that time in Latvia, we didn't know anything. You know, he just said, I have pain, and yeah, I start, no worries. But this time he clearly showed us there's something wrong. And Jeffrey Herlings is not the guy who shows you anything. Normally, he has such a high pain level, and he goes through stuff you cannot imagine. This time he showed us, he let also the shoulder hang a bit once in a while and relaxed it. And I saw midway through the race, man, I don't know if he can survive that whole moto. But then when he came closer to them, he picked it even up, but he plucked them one by one, and winning that race, this is something outstanding. And if you talk with people who have broken shoulder blade, they can tell you, yeah, it's like you have a knife in your back and you're riding motocross with that.
Wow.
And obviously that was just, I mean, from when we knew that when we went to the second race that he wasn't lining up, it was like, okay, that's a shame, a real shame, because we wanted to see a title fight between him and Tim again. But it's not happening at the moment.
No, we went then to the medical center and got a scan done, and the doctor said there's no way you can ride like this. But also, once you're out there, the adrenaline drops, and yeah, he stiffened up. He could not lift that arm anymore afterwards. Like after 20 minutes, there's no way you're riding a bike.
Sure.
No.
Okay, well, how's Renninghofer doing? Moving on to him, he's currently 8th in the championship standings. Is that where you'd expect him to be, considering he missed pretty much all of last year?
Yeah, he missed a lot of race time, that's for sure. He's slowly coming into it, luckily. Last week, in my opinion, to be honest, in the second race, with a little bit of better performance, he could have ended up on the podium. What would have been nice for him, also like for the confidence, and you need to do it, you know. We had a little talk with him, and he understands, and no, every week will be better. He just needs more race time. This is clear, but it's coming. I mean, you saw a second race Matterley. This is the Renninghofer we want to see, because that's what we see during the week, and he's capable of. And yeah, he's on a good way, and he will show us.
All right. Well, look, Dirk Grubel, we are out of time, but all the best this weekend, obviously, with Rene, and we'll be keen to see how Tom gets on. And send our best to Jeffrey as well. I'm sure he's watching this to see what you guys were talking about. But Dirk Grubel, thanks a lot.
Okay.
And we'll see you next time. Well, we are out of time with Dirk, but Kai de Wolf is in waiting to talk to us now, so let's catch up with him after the MX2 highlights from Os 1 week ago. "30 minutes plus 2 laps. We are about to get underway here. Jargo Kiert through and over the line first. So Jargo Kiert with the foxhole shot. So the contenders for the championship title all together on this opening lap. This one's going to have fireworks, folks. And Beaton already going after Fernandez. Making light work, so up into 4th place then, Jed Beaton. Kiert's unawares, and again, just a little untidy at the end of the straight there, past pit lane. The number 74. Looking to make a move, isn't he? Desperate to find his way through. And his teammate going past Guadagnini, top of the hill, and I think he may just hang on to it as well. But Guadagnini, oh, I thought it was going to end in tears there, as Kai de Wolf does go to the lead. And a most disappointment for the F&H Kawasaki rider. The bikers let go on him, it appears. Kai de Wolf, has he been off? Just pushing too hard, similar to race 1, and then Jargo Kiert just goes, you know what, I'll take that lead. Guadagnini under attack from Maxime Renault, and a mistake there from him as well, and he runs wide. An easy move for Renault. So Renault now up in the 5th place. Renault has found his way past. The gap was coming down, but he has been electrifying on this lap. Maxime Renault now in the 4th place. These two almost come together. Beniston now in a 6th place. Oh, and a mistake there. And that may have decided it. And he's lost the toe to the Yamaha man. Bjargo Geert, he wins here in Os. He wins both races. A huge victory for the Monster Energy Yamaha rider.
Yeah, the second heat was really tough. Kai was riding really good, but he made a small mistake. And then I just kept pushing to keep him behind me, and in the end it happened. So I'm really happy to go 1-1 today, and yeah, feel really good.
Jed beaten on the podium for the first time this year, and Kai de Wolf the first time in his MX2 career. And Maxime Renault is the new championship leader on 141 points, 5 clear of Guadagnini. Those two changing positions today. Fernandez stays 3rd ahead of Warame and Varun van der Moosdijk. Welcome back to our live studio show here on MXGP-TV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. And I'm pleased to say, Teen Wolf is in the house. First time on the show.
Yeah.
Rockstar Energy Husqvarna's Kai de Wolf. First time on the show. We always do this, a little thing. Have you prepared a song for us or anything like that? Is there anything that you could just sing 1 or 2 lines?
No, not really.
Nothing?
No,
It's funny because everyone else has done it.
Everyone else has done it, yeah.
You're the only one that hasn't.
What's your favourite song?
I don't know.
Okay. I was hoping he was just going to go, the Teen Wolf, man. The Teen Wolf.
That's your nickname now.
Yeah.
It has been for a while.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's get straight to it. 10th in the points at the moment. Helped massively because of what happened last weekend. Let's keep that separate for now. Are you happy with where you're at in the championship, 10th overall?
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm really happy where I'm now. So, yeah, the first round that was really good for me, actually. Only had a big crash in that second moto in Russia while I was in 6th, just past Jago. So that was a really good ride for me in that second moto. But yeah, then had a big crash and everything was banned, so finished 21st, I think. So yeah, that was quite tough, but then we had a good round in Matterley. Okay, I was struggling a little bit with the pace, but managed to get 2 times 15th. And then in Majora I had 2 really solid rides and yeah, 2 top 10s, so it was really good.
Well, like you mentioned, in Olinok and Matterley you were steady, but then in Italy you went 7th and 9th.
Yeah.
For you, that must have been a huge confidence boost.
Yeah, that was really a confidence boost for me. Yeah, obviously it was a difficult track for me. Like, we're not really used to that in Holland. We only have like flat spots and not really hard pack tracks, but yeah, I really enjoyed racing that track.
Tell us a little bit more about the track and your riding style and how it suited you, or why was it so difficult?
Especially those massive hills in Majora were really difficult, but yeah, I actually like it. It was a really cool technical track, and I think, yeah, I got that quite under control, so yeah, I was really enjoying it.
Cool. Well, look, crazy weekend for you last week. Crazy in a good way. That was in Os, of course. Tell us about your first race. There was a few ups and downs. You kind of made it hard work for yourself, but you recovered well to get back to 5th. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was a really nice race too for me, though. We had a lot of public and yeah, a lot of Dutch fans next to the track. In that first moto, I didn't have the best start. I like hit the gate out of the start, so then I struggled a little bit with that, but in the first few laps made a few good passes and then had a big crash with Beniston. Yeah, picked myself up but hurt myself a little bit, so I was dizzy for like 2 laps or something. And then in the end I made still like 3 or 4 passes, so that put me in 5th position. So yeah, that was a really good ride actually, especially those last few laps that I could still push a little bit. And yeah, then in that second moto I took a really good start. Almost took the whole show, but Jago had 2 really solid starts, so yeah, he was just in front of me. And then I passed him like after 1 lap on start finish, so yeah, then I managed to pass him, made a little gap, and then yeah, made a small mistake. So then he passed me again. So then I stayed on his rear wheel for the rest of the moto, and I tried to push the last 2 laps, but we were on a really good pace, so it was hard to go still a few tenths or a few seconds faster. But yeah, really enjoyed racing there. Yeah.
Well, after that 5th in race 1, were you nervous at all going into that second race? Because if you were, it didn't show at all.
Yeah, I was a little bit though, because yeah, you're still like having those thoughts that you can be on the podium in front of your home crowd and everything. So, but as soon as the gate drops, you just go for it, and yeah.
I mean, we've got some footage here from that second race. This is already, I think, before you tried to pass him in the beginning of the race here.
Now I pass him here. Tried to pass him.
Yeah.
Then he just closed the door on me.
And then just after the finish line, you did make the move.
Yeah.
Did you feel you had to be that aggressive on the first lap, even though they put some water down? Was it a case of it's now or never, or you just saw the opportunity?
Yeah, I saw the opportunity. I set it up already here. Did it in the first moto a few times. But I already saw this in the sighting lap, that outside line, and then cut back in. And then they flat this downhill. So yeah, that's where I could see I could like turn behind him, and then I could just make one straight line.
Yeah, and in the highlights a moment ago, we did see the slip off, and we just have it here. Was that just you just pushing too hard to try and make a gap? Because that was the only mistake you made, wasn't it, there?
Yeah, it was not really that I could do much about it. You can see it here now. I just come in and it was really soft because it was muddy. Yeah. Well, it has rained a lot the week before, and they put all the mud back on the inside, and I just came in and I just stopped.
But it was a good recovery though, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good. Then here in the end, I came quite close again, but yeah, I just ran out of time and run out of energy.
Well, you were very close to taking your first win.
Yeah. And also those fans were amazing. Like you see here, they had to sit down, but they didn't really listen to that much.
Do you use their energy when you can feel them right on the track like that?
Yeah.
You can feel the energy from them.
Yeah, a little bit though. You don't really think much about it, but I think you always do a little bit. Like you always have a little bit of extra
noisy.
energy.
I used to love going to my home Grand Prix just for that reason. The noise, the atmosphere was always fantastic. When we could have fans as well, by the way. Then there's obviously a few there. But on the podium with your teammate, Big Brother, Jed Beaton. That was a good day for the team.
Yeah, really good day for the team. Yeah, we went second and third, so yeah, it was really good for the team. So hopefully we can get a first and a second now, but we're gonna see how it goes.
And before you go, how do you like this track?
Yeah, I really like it actually. I've been here twice, in 17 and 18 for the Europeans.
Yeah.
I finished second here with Europeans in 2018. I crashed on the start straight the first moto, then came back from last to 6th. And then in the second moto, just took a pretty good start and took the lead on this downhill down here. And then just controlled the moto and like finished the moto with 20 seconds or something in front of the second guy. So, and then finished second overall was really good.
Cool. So a track you like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, Kai de Wolf, thanks for joining us. Don't go anywhere just yet. Before we go, just another quick reminder about how you can watch MXGP every race this season. And as you can see, look, MXGP-TV.com, a new platform if you're just joining us for the first time. Very easy to navigate now. A new era, new everything, new look of MXGP-TV. If you have it, fantastic. If you've got friends around today or tomorrow watching and they don't have it, just introduce them. Tell them about the joys of MXGP-TV. No commercials, every race live and uninterrupted. And of course, you can watch it live or on demand as well. Well, look, Kai, thanks for joining us. Time to meet our final guest. But before we do, here's some highlights. MXGP Race 2 from Oss just 1 week ago. "30 minutes plus 2 laps. MXGP Race 2 about to get underway here at Oss in the Netherlands. The 4th round of the championship. Glenn Koldenoff did go down. Prado under attack from Roman Febvre. Another good start for the Monster Energy Kawasaki rider. Oh, and Febvre off the side of the track and down. Roman Febvre got cross-rutted off the side of the track.
and then into the fence and down. And he's going to make a move there on Watson into the final corner here, just in the background, and he does. He makes the pass stick on the Yamaha man. And Fevre's going to find a way through here at the end of the straight. Yes, he is. Easy move in the end for the Frenchman. Back marker on the horizon for Prado. He has to react, change line. He's under pressure now from Guy, so he closes the door right down on the Slovenian. Proper honey badger status right there for the 61. And it cost him in the end. Geiser, your new leader on lap 14. Down the inside, this is what Geiser couldn't do earlier on in the race, and Kai Rowley nails it first time. Oh, almost. Going to cut to the inside. Are we going to see the change of the lead here? Yes, we are. He goes for the jugular straight down the inside, no messing, and Kai Rowley leads on the final lap. Wow, what a ride from the elder statesman. What a race win that was for the Red Bull KTM rider.
I mean, the track was really difficult, so Tony was coming, and I know that I win the overall if I stay second. So I ride smart, but anyway, of course I want to win. So of course a little bit disappointed, but anyway we take another one, another GP win, so that's count.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our live studio show here on MXGP-TV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. And our final guest is in from Gebben van Venray Yamaha, of course, Brent Van Donnick. Brent, good to see you. And there was a worry you weren't almost going to make it this morning, but glad to see you made it on time.
Yeah.
I think he was sightseeing. Let's go back to last year briefly. Difficult season for you. You missed most of the season, but then you kind of got an opportunity to come back for the last 6 races, which was the triple header in Belgium and then in Trentino. What happened actually during there? Did you pick up an injury? Where'd you go?
No, actually, I didn't find a team to do the whole series. Actually, you know, we were only planning to do a few GP races, and then because of COVID, you know, everything changed a little and changed a bit, and so I had to wait until the end of the year to do some more races, and they were quite good actually. So that's why I found a team again.
So how did the opportunity come about then with Gebben van Venray? Because you know, you raced the last 6 GPs, you were impressed as well. Was it an opportunity that you kind of, you know?
Yeah, my contract was finished with the team from last year after Lommel, and I was just trying to find a spot where I can fill in, you know, for someone in Italy, and then Gebben called me up like the Thursday before the weekend actually, and the day after we left to Italy, I didn't even ride the bike or anything.
Wow.
But I said like, we have 3 GPs, so we'll see how it goes. You know, I have a week to adapt to the bike. But already the first weekend was pretty good actually. With I don't know anymore what I finished, like close to top 10 I think.
Yeah.
But did you see that as an opportunity for this year? You know, if so, it worked because you got 8 top 10 finishes in the 12 races you lined up for over the 6 rounds. So you were doing something right. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lommel was pretty good also actually, but felt like I have to do Italy because otherwise I will say like Lommel, he's, you know, it's his home track and that's why he did good. So I want to show myself also in Arco, you know, on some hard track. So
a little hard.
Yeah.
And how has the season been so far for you? We saw quite a lot of you in Olyanok, especially you were in 7th at one point. Not bad for the sand, for a sandman.
No, my speed is good, but there's always something happening in one of the 2 races. So this was
the first race, you and Calvin fighting for 7th place.
Yeah, I see. So and then same thing last week, and I crashed. I went down hard in the first moto, and then I still lined up for the second moto. But yeah, this is something I need to get under control to do 2 good motos. And yeah, they still call me the Sandman, but I think yeah.
But obviously that first round, as I said, hard and slick. It was good though to get off to a good solid start, wasn't it? 7th place.
Yeah.
And riding with Calvin as well. How's he as a teammate?
Yeah, he's cool. Calvin is just he's a cool guy. He's easy, Yeah. That's what he always says. I'm easy.
Obviously, we saw there a moment ago. It was a nice pass on him, just up the inside. Didn't give him a lot of room. If it would have been somebody else, would you have given him a little bit of love tap over the berm there?
Oh, no. I think it's always dangerous to touch someone. You can crash by yourself also, and it's a tight track there. So I felt like this was the only chance I had to,
it was a cool
pass him, so yeah.
Well, last weekend it was a mixed weekend, wasn't it, for you in Holland? You were 12th and 13th early on in race 1. Just tell us about that.
Well, last weekend to be honest, I didn't feel good the whole day. Like I was struggling with the track and already from time qualifying, and first moto I to be honest, because I didn't feel so good, I was taking it a little easy. Not easy, but didn't want to take any risk, and then boom, one of a sudden I went down. It happened so quick.
On your own?
Yeah, on my own, at a high-sider, and then I smashed the face of a jump with my back and just couldn't breathe, and bruised my ribs, and like I said, I didn't feel good the whole day. And then the second moto, I had an okay start. Some guys went down, of course, but just had the same pace all race, and 9's not so bad, no.
Yeah, and obviously coming into this weekend, the whole of the Gebben racing squad, 13th, 14th and 15th in the championship with Calvin, Kevin and you. I guess rule number 1, always beat your teammate. Is that the plan this weekend?
No, I don't feel like they're like my biggest rivals, It's just racing, and of course it's nice for the team if everyone does good, It's not like we're fighting against each other. We're racing more guys, against more guys, and but we're doing not so bad, I think. I mean, for a private team, so
yeah, the setup is really good. What about having Kevin Schreibach on the team as well? Because obviously, he's not getting any younger, but he's still riding, like at a pretty decent level. Is he? Is it good to have him in the team with that knowledge and experience and testing and development? And is that how you kind of see him in the team as well as a rival?
Yeah, it was nice. We had a good winter prep also. I spent with him 2 weeks in Spain, so it was nice to do some riding together. And also with the bike, he has more experience, because this is only my 2nd year on a 450. So I don't know really where to go, like with bike setup. Of course, he has a completely different riding style than me, so I can't always use the same stuff that he uses. But I mean, he's sure. It's good to have him on the team, It's he saw a lot in his career. He had a good career, and I feel like he also made a step again. Like he's pretty fast.
He's got a mojo back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 134 years old.
I
mean, it's not bad for an old boy, is he?
135 next week. But before we go, and also with Calvin, real quick, you said he's easy and everything else, but again, in terms of bouncing ideas, bike setup and that kind of thing, good to have him. Is he more similar to your riding style then?
Yeah, it's nice to share some stuff, about the bike, and because some teams, like, not every rider wants to share his thoughts about some,
Sure.
But Calvin, he likes to work together, and that's good in a team. That's what you need, I think.
Yeah. And so just before we go, real quick, what is the goal for the season?
If I see my last races, like top 10 is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit better sometimes. Like when you have a really good day. But like first of all, I want to have 2 good motos, that's the goal for the weekend.
All right, and obviously Lommel next week.
Yeah.
Back in the sand.
Yes.
Well, look, you can catch a Sandman next week in Lommel with everybody else and all of us as well. But before we go, just I want to say thanks to our guests. We had Kai de Wolf, we had Dirk Grubel, and of course Brent Van Donnick as well. We are an hour earlier starting with our action today because we've got 3 support classes starting at 12:05, so 35 minutes from now. EMX 2-stroke is back. Then we have WMX as well later on for their first round. In between that, we've got the Opens for their third round. So join us live just after 12 o'clock for all the action today live on MXGP TV. Otherwise, we'll see you next week in Lommel. See you then. Bye for now.